Look who's at his second home, Vince Young. Growing up in Houston, what's your first memory of the Rose Bowl?
First memory of the Rose Bowl. As a young man, I'll probably say the women's soccer game.
1999.
99 when she had her arms up and got the goal. I think that was one of my funnest memory of the Rose Bowl.
Do you remember what you felt at that moment?
I was just in shock, like, wow, like that feeling, like, it's just motivating because you want to, as an athlete, you want to, repeat that, at a championship game or something like that. So I'm like, that was amazing just to see that as a young man.
Did you at that time think, I wonder if someday I'll be playing football on that field?
No, I never thought I'd ever be playing here. I know one thing, that UCLA was definitely recruiting me heavily out of high school, and they was definitely on my list to come to UCLA just to play here in the stadium.
So when they were recruiting you, did they bring you out here as part of the recruitment?
Oh, I didn't make the visit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Texas kind of won that. I took one visit, and that was the wrap. That was all I needed to see.
All right, 06 was so epic, but I think people forget 04. Texas beats Michigan. So thinking back about that, that's your first trip here, right?
Correct.
What stands out?
Well, hands down, the granddaddy of them all. The things that they do is like top notch, and that is basically Texas. We do everything big, and when we got here, the committee staff, everybody was so wonderful. They made it fun, for not only for the players and the team. My mom, my grandmother, my family had a good time. So to have opportunity to be a part of this Rose Bowl, especially my family, we enjoy coming out here and hanging out here.
When you said they made it fun, the Rose Bowl committee, how so?
Meaning like, going to all the events that they had coming up to, like the parade, steakhouses, just hanging out the Disneyland, just all the things it was this red carpet treatment, which we don't get down with red too much because we love orange. But they did top notch, and ever since then, not only just for that game, like right now, as I still continue to be around the Rose Bowl and do things with them to this day, they still do top-notch things.
I said 04, you win the Rose Bowl, you beat Michigan. Now 06, you're here against USC, and it's at the Rose Bowl, and it's for the national championship. SC had won 34 in a row. What was the buildup like inside that Texas room coming into this game?
Well, first of all, after we won against an outstanding team, tough game against Michigan, I told everybody, we'll be back, and didn't no one believe us. So, when I got back to that locker room, I told the guys, like, we wasn't finished yet. The big one is the next year, and that was like on our mind that whole summer, working out, getting ready for the season, was to get back here to play the best team in the country at the time was USC, with hands down Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Lindell, my close friend, brother, Rucker. They had the players on that, and Pete Carroll, one of the funniest coaches I ever met in my life. You wanted to play them, and that's the best team. When you see the best team, you want to play them, and we had the opportunity to come back and fight for it and see them in the championship game.
Okay, so put me in pregame, put me in coming down the tunnel, put me in kickoff.
Oh, man, so just trying to stay calm, trying to keep everybody calm because everybody's excited. We have our music on like always, playing our music. Coach trying to keep us settled down, but we couldn't. We was like all the way amped up, turned up. So it was a great experience. And then as soon as we ran all the way out and heard the fans and the roar, it was like butterflies everywhere. But it was an outstanding moment, man. I could just feel it right now when we're just pulling up to the stadium right now. You can get the chills right now.
And what's that feel like? It's not like, do you, like when you walk down here, do you see yourself on this field back then?
I just watched the game the other day, and I felt like I'd never watched it before. So you still get goosebumps and chills all the time when you see that game.
All right, so now put us in the huddle. Okay, it's in your mind, 9 yards, 4th down, 19 seconds left. Field goal ain't gonna do it. You need 6, and you get it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, our team had a couple of late comeback games 2 years in a row. The first year when we won against Michigan, and then the second year with the USC game. A lot of people don't know we had like 6 or 7 consecutive games that we had to come back at the last minute to win. So for us, it wasn't to the point like try to do something out the ordinary. The main thing, like Jonathan Scott, one of our offensive tackle, he was like, don't try to be Superman. Just stay into your rhythm. We've been in this position before, so Jonathan Scott got everybody calm already before I even stepped in the huddle. And then when I stepped in the huddle, I was basically being the captain, the leader. Let's go do what we do. Let's go win this football game, and that's what we did.
Now, do you hear the crowd, or are you in a whole nother realm?
A lot of people ask that question. You don't even hear. The only time you hear the crowd is when you come to the sideline. When you're in the game, you are so zoned in and so focused on, making that play positive, instead of, because you don't want to hear a coach get on your butt when you get to the sideline. So you want to make sure you're doing your job. And, you don't really hear anybody when you're in the game. You just hear guys talking shit, yelling and screaming, and then you get the play call and you getting your plays, making sure the receivers know what they're doing. Like, you're so zoned in, you don't hear any of that.
Okay, but now you cross, you touchdown. Does the sound erupt then?
Yeah. That's when you hear it. You hear the love, the roar. I was in shock myself. Thank God I didn't throw the football in the stands because I didn't know we was going for 2 for once. So if I would have threw the ball in the stands, we wouldn't have went for 2. That would have been a penalty, 15-yard penalty. So, one of the things Coach Brown always says is, like, act like you've been there. Don't try to get overexcited, be respectful. That's Coach Brown. So at that moment, I'm thinking like, wow, I'm in shock that just happened on that stage.
You said you just recently watched it. How many? But it was like you'd never seen it before.
Always. Every time I seen it, I was just at, a couple friends, the Pump Twins. Everybody know Dana and David Twins
Yeah.
at their event, and just hanging out with them. And then came across Allen Iverson. We got a good relationship because we was Reebok together and did a commercial together. And we was just hanging out talking. I'm talking to y'all, like, we talking about the game, and I'm telling him, like, if I feel like I've never seen the game before. And he's saying the same thing. Like, every time I watch the game, I feel like I've never seen it before. So it's kind of like, it's funny to a point, like, how do you feel like that? And you can watch this game probably like 30 plus times, and it's still like, it feels like just the first time you ever seen it.
How did playing football shape your character?
A lot. Not having a father figure in my life, growing up as a kid, my high school coaches, Coach Brown and the rest of our coaching staff as well. These guys was great role models for me because they, was wife, had the kids, and was being great dads. And I kind of took a lot of their similarities into my everyday life, how important it is to, stay humble, take care of your responsibilities as a man. And I feel like my coaches from high school, middle school, Little League, all the way up to the pros taught me a lot about that. And that's why I carry myself a certain way like that now to this day.
How important are buildings like this when we talk about the fabric of our culture to keep them vibrant and active?
The stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's part of history, when you have a place like this that you can call home, that hands down has done it over and over again. Just watching Doug Flutie throw the Hail Mary bomb, concerts from Michael Jackson. You got all kind of people have came through here. Just the history of it, it's amazing. And, me being a part of that with my fellow Longhorns and the University of Texas to represent them here for the rest of our lives, it means a lot to a lot of people, and especially for this town right here in Pasadena. I tell people all the time, if I was to ever move to LA, this is where I will come. I will come to Pasadena.
Because of this?
Because of the Rose Bowl, because of the people. People are really nice out here. Everybody is really down to earth. You got a golf course right here. You got Burbank Airport. You don't have to fly into LAX. You got everything you need right here in Pasadena. Then you have this stadium. No telling what event they might have, from a concert to a soccer game to outstanding football game. You never know what the Rose Bowls are going to put on. So to have that, to say that my family is going to be a part of this legacy for the rest of my life, it's an honor. It's a big honor. The legacy of it's very important where it's going, because You know, a lot of people want to go to all these other new stadiums, which is fine, but you can't take the history out of this stadium. So the direction, the things that they're doing, renovating, adding on more seats, adding on a lot of different things. Hopefully one day get a Vince Young statue. Let me put that out there.
Come on.
But you know, just the legacy of the Rose Bowl, the history of everybody who have came through here. You know, it's wonderful, man. It's like, so the direction they're going, I'm all for it. I'm gonna be here till God brings me home to my eternal life. My son get to experience, my daughters get to experience this. Like I said, my mother, before my grandmother passed, they loved the parade. So, you know, it's one of the best things about the Rose Bowl is the parade. The way that I had opportunity to go walk around and talk to the people who behind the scenes that build these huge deals that they started a year ago to get ready for it. And the history behind it, not only just, it's generations are behind it. So that legacy has to continue to keep going. So it's a wonderful thing, man, to be a part of this.
They call it America's Stadium. You down with that?
I'm down with that. Whatever the Rose Bowl, the American Stadium they want to do, I'm down with it. Send me my flight and I'll be here.
All right, Terry Bradshaw was sitting in here and he said, for people like him, if you close your eyes, this place will talk to you. So I want you to close your eyes and tell me what do you hear, Vince Young, when you're sitting here at the Rose Bowl?
When I close my eyes, I just hear our fans yelling and screaming and crying, and excitement because we just had a undefeated season and we finished it the right way against one of the best teams ever to be on the football field. It was USC. And we haven't won a championship in a long time, and it was a long time waiting for us Longhorn. So when I close my eyes, I can hear our fans screaming and yelling, and everybody's just in the happy mode right now. That's what I can hear.
Thank you, man.
Welcome.